In this video, I wanna show you how to play the most broken comp in TFT set 8.5, the underground comp. So basically, you only wanna play this, of course, if you get it early, either in like the first or second round, because you need to get those stacks in the early game, because you generally lose streak with this comp, and you get a lot of, stacks towards the heist when you lose. And in the early game, you take less HP when you lose. So if you can get this at 2-1 with 3 or 4 underground, you just put it in and you will get infinite cash outs in the late game. And I guess that's what's make this comp so fun. Either you go 8th or you go 1st. And I see a lot of people being scared to play it because of that. But don't be scared to play it. It's the most fun comp as well. Just try to learn this. Try to limit test. And basically this game I had around 40 HP, but I was like, screw it, let's go to the next heist, and I cashed out 10 HP. Gonna show you guys what happened, so let's get into it. So as I said, you only wanna play this if you get it really early, just like Anima Squad, because you start getting those stacks early and it compounds over the game. And I'm a bit addicted to playing underground, so I usually use a roll to get the underground in 2-1 in some cases. I wouldn't recommend that. I used to do it for fun. As you will see me in this game, I got an early Sona and a kill. I was like, okay, I don't care. I'm gonna play underground. So I wouldn't recommend this, but I'm just a bit crazy. So I would actually roll at 2-2 this game. But you can do that if you're feeling really risky. So that was a Divine Ascent, but I didn't have Kale item, so no point in playing that. Basically, I was just rolling for something I can transition into the late game. So here I got Re-Energize. This was a weird strat I did. By the way, I was too slow, so I didn't put in any good units. So yeah, I kind of just into there because I took too long to look at augments. So don't be like me. Don't waste your time looking at stats and stuff like that. I was just too slow there. But anyways, I took Re-Energize. I had this like 5-head plan that we're gonna play Mecha Garen, and we're gonna play, the Sure Shot Flex comp, and we're gonna play, what's it called? Underground until then. So I just leveled up to roll to find either Ezreal or Vi, and boom, I hit it there. So we got the underground going. So basically I have my hero augment that I'm not even using, but trust guys, it's gonna be so good late game. Re-Energize gives you 50% of your mana back after your cast, so it's gonna be really good for a 1-cost hero augment, because they're not that good in the late game, but this one is just a support one. It gives mana to your team. So I'm gonna cash out the late game, and we're just gonna have wukong being sacrificed to Garen, and we have a stat that gives us 50% mana to the late game. So I'm just throwing away my entire augment until the late game, because I don't really need the board strength for now anyways. I'm just trying to lose streak with underground. But then we're gonna cash out and we're gonna put in that wukong, and hopefully we're gonna make a big comeback. So I love getting Last Whisper. It's the best Samir item. You kinda need it. Just that 50% shred is just so good. So I always try to go for a Last Whisper when I'm playing underground. I'm sure there's other ways to play this comp, don't get me wrong. I'm just really comfortable and I really enjoy playing the Samira line. So I always try to go for like Last Whisper, because then I can use 4 Samira. And I will probably be the richest guy in the lobby, with me just saving my gold the entire game and cashing out. So therefore I will hit it pretty uncontested, right? So I just love forcing that comp when I'm playing this. It's a really high cap board. And that's really what you're trying to play when you play underground. You can't transition to like the duelist, because it's good early game. You need to transition to a comp that's good for the late game, because that's when you're really gonna cash out in most cases. So I don't know, that's the comp I always transition in to. Sometimes maybe I go for a Belveth or I do something else, but that's the main comp I transition into. And here I just took Ginsu. I don't know why, to be honest. Ginsu is a pretty trash item, Samira. I just took it to save HP in the early game. That was probably a mistake, to be honest. Ginsu is pretty trash. I thought maybe I put it on Ezreal, but you can't really buy an item for 5 kills in the early game. That's just unrealistic, so I don't know why I did that. But it's not bad, we will be able to save HP in the early game. But I'm actually taking some really big losses here. Usually when I'm playing like Underground, I get by, and then I'm being pretty stable to at least kill some units. But this game is a perfect example on why you should never give up and never surrender. Because, yeah, look at me, I'm 55 HP at 3-3. We're getting very low here. It's just not a good spot overall. But we're gonna make the best out of it, as you will see soon enough. And the Garen is actually contested, so the cores are not kinda there for me. You know, I'm gonna transition into Garen, but it's already contested, so that's not what we like to see. But Mortog got our back right here, and we got a Samira. So you could cash out there. I was kind of thinking about it. You know, a guard breaker, it wouldn't be bad. It's a nice Samira item, right? But it's not good enough. I feel like we needed something more if we're gonna come back from this spot. Because we're already at 44 HP, and I don't think a guard breaker is gonna save my game. So we're actually gonna keep continuing the heist, even though we're only at 44 HP, so a bit risky there. I mean, I'm gonna lose 2 more rounds, and then I'm gonna go down to like 10 HP before we cash out. So this is the beauty of the comp. You just risk it for the biscuit. And yeah, we finally found a buy there. Very good, because I needed like an extra lock for me to hit the 4th cash out without, you know, having to play another round. Because if you have 4 underground, you get 4 locks per loss, and we had 3. So if we continued with 3 underground, we would be at 9, and then we'd just lose before being able to cash out. So I really needed to hit 4 underground there, so now we will be able to cash out before we die. Because we're actually at 24 HP here. We have 1 more loss. That's all we need. That's gonna be the last loss, right? Then we're gonna cash it out and transition our board. So that's something you can keep in mind of, is if you're gonna cash out soon, you can remove some underground units to get a better board if you only need 1 or 2 locks. But if you need more locks, then you can bring up the underground numbers. So here I only needed 3 more, and if you win with 3 or 4, you only get 2, so it made no difference if I had more underground units. So I decided to just remove the 4 and put in the 3 to get a stronger board there. It was literally no point in playing 4 underground. I would just get a weaker board. Here we probably killed another unit because of that. So we saved 2 HP. Every bit helps. Maybe it was a 2 HP diff this game. So small stuff like that really helps up, because every HP you save when you're playing this comp is gonna help out a long way. And you don't need to lose streak with this comp either. I kind of thought about going Ace Crest, but now I decided to just go for the Axiom Arc. So we have infinite mana here. So we got a pretty awkward heist here. We got 2, what's it called? You get item, it's like Bloodthirster. It gives you Omnivamp and you take less damage. You bleed over time instead. And I really want frontline units, because you could put it on Samira, wouldn't be bad. But I like having items like Bloodthirster to put on frontline units, because then you get more tankiness and more damage. It works hand in hand. If you just put it on a backline units, it's kind of a waste. So here you see me panicking the last second. That's the beauty of this comp. You just you make a lot of mistakes. You don't know what you're doing because you're dizzy and you're trying to figure out the strongest board in like 1 round, as well as you're cashing out. So yeah, I'm not a professional in this comp, but the more you play it, the more you limit test, the more you get comfortable in transitioning your board here in the last second. But if you want, you can like level up and roll a bit before you cash out, just so you can get more comfortable, and you don't have to do it like the last second there. So we're actually losing here of the cash out, so not good stuff. We're at a 10 loss streak. We have 10 HP, so we're literally 1 loss away from being out of the game. I'm just donkey rolling, trying to find some units to put in, but I'm not hitting it, unfortunately. I really wanted a Garen, but here we finally found a pretty good unit. Belveth, it's not like a super good unit or anything like that, but since I have Death's Dance. Now she's actually the perfect unit. Because she uses healing, she's in the front line. She's just gonna utilize the Death's Dance very well. So you really need to like optimize your board for what items you hit. If I didn't get Death's Dance, if I got, you know, tank items or Infinite Edge, whatever, I will put on some other unit. I would probably not play Belveth. But because I got used this item, I decided to go for the items on Nunu and on Belveth. But if I didn't hit those units, I would not go for them. And oh, look at this fiddle, by the way, so good. So it gives us our last item. So we finished the crit combo there on Samira, so now she's gonna do a lot of damage. And we just get this fiddle on the board, which is perfect. Really all I need is just more time for my Samira to kill units, and the fiddle just stalls infinite. I don't know why I put the distance on the Jax. I think I just panicked last second. I thought I was putting it on fiddle, but somehow I put it on Jax. I don't know why I did that. That was also a big mistake, because I needed that Jax, because once with Garen, we need to sacrifice Jax. But now we have the item on him. So that was a big int, not gonna lie. But it happens. We just have to move on. And look at this shop, by the way. And there we have it. We found the Garen. But now we don't have the Jax. So that was a big mistake by me. At least we hit this 2-star Belveth, so it will probably stabilize us. So we can hopefully hit a Jax pretty soon. Ezreal obviously gonna replace Garen there, just because we really just want another short shot unit. Garen without the mech, you know, a 1-star Garen with nothing isn't gonna do anything. I guess I could play Garen over Ezreal. That was probably the play. And look how close this is. But the Death's Dance just saved me so hard. And this fiddle is just stalling infinite with the Axiom Arc and the Re-Energize. He ulted twice, so that was so huge. So that's the power of this wukong augment. I basically had no augment for the entire game, but now it's finally kicking in here. It's doing so much. And we finally found that Garen and the Jax, so now we're gonna play the Garen. It gives us more CC, more frontline, everything that we really want. I love items like Sunfire and Spark on Fiddle, because he just jumps into the entire team. First he sparks the front line, he burns the front line, and then he just jumps in and burns the rest. So that's perfect items for him right there. And Death's Dance also good on him, because he heals and he stays alive longer. It's more annoying. And for Garen, we got the Protector's Vow. Items like Protector's Vow are really good. If you remember, it was like the best item on Sejuani in set 8. Because it makes them cast earlier. It just gives a lot of mana, right? And Garen CC is so huge. So that's why Protector's Vow is really good on him. He just cast earlier. He gets off that big stun. Basically makes my Samira and Belveth stay alive for longer. And that's really all we need. We need them to be able to kill the enemy team. Yeah, just look at that stun right there. So big. By the way, I got this Yana as well, and we got the damage increase, if you were wondering. So the Windy Weather is the best Yana, really. Especially if you're playing backline carries. Like, they just scale up their damage so much. Especially with having a Death's Defiance. She gets more damage, she heals more. It's just a perfect combo overall. And ooh, this was a so nice shop right here. We got a 2-star Fiddle with these items. So yeah, that was just a huge power spike. As you see, the enemy Garen ult so big, stuns my entire team, but then my Garen just stuns them again. And he insta-ult this because of the Re-Energize augment. As you see, Fiddle insta-ulted as well. This combo with Axiom Arc and Re-Energize wukong is so crazy. They just get infinite mana. Let's see, what do we even want here? Urgot is good, but we already have like all units that we want. So I decided to just go for a Soldier in there to put on Ezreal. Maybe it was just another damage item on Belveth though, because we're not gonna hit a 2-star S-Reel realistically, so it would just be better to put an item on Belveth. Get another damage item on the 2-star with the Death's Defiance. So I guess that was a little bit of a mistake as well. But it's not like Spear Surgeon is bad on S-Reel. He's still gonna do a lot with it, but it definitely was like another damage item on Belveth though. We can look at the damage chart after here and see. By the way, look how close this is. Okay, no. S-Reel actually did more than Belveth there. So I guess Spear Surgeon was the play then. Alright, this S-Reel unit is cracked, man. I guess it's because I have Sure Shot and the Windy Weather is boosting his damage like crazy. By the way, if you wonder why I put the Belveth in the corner, it's because there was a guy with a Blitz Hook. So I just needed to stay safe from him, because if my Samira gets hooked, then we have a chance of losing this game. So it's kind of awkward having to position around that. I get some weird positionings, but if we get hooked, we lose, so we don't want that, right? But now we faced him, so now we can position in the corner again, because no one else has hooks. So since this S-Reel is just popping off, we're gonna give him another item right here. So now I'm just donkey rolling for the guaranteed 2-star, and boom, we hit it. So now we're basically as capped as we can get. I guess we can get like a 2-star Yana, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, getting a 2-star S-Reel is our cap, but at level 8 it's pretty hard to hit a 2-star legendary. So this is probably our biggest cap this game. And as you can see, I was 8th place, but now we're actually almost getting a top 4 already. So don't be scared to go underground and go to 10 HP to cash out. Obviously you can cash out before, but you're not gonna get a big reward as if you risk it for the later cash out. So just try to limit test. If you play League, you know that term. Because you will just get better at the comp and more comfortable with, you know, going to the later cash outs. It's a bit scary, get some adrenaline, but that's the fun part of it. Yeah, and this fiddle is just a giga shad. Look at this. Holy. Yeah, he's the real MVP in this game, not gonna lie. Yeah, so we're not gonna go 9 this game, probably, so I'm just donkey rolling, try to get a 2-star S-Reel. Who knows, maybe we hit, maybe we don't. And this guy is actually a 3-star Rel there. So he has a lot of armor and most of my damage is AD, right? Belveth, Samira. So this could actually be pretty hard if this Poppy just one-shots my Samira with the Buckler. He has the Poppy hero augment. So a bit scary actually. At least the Fiddle does AP damage, so we might be safe there. But look at my Samira, she's getting killed almost. So I actually won this. Thank God. So now he's taken care of. So now it's actually down to the last battle right here. Wasn't really any good items. I wanted the Thieves Gloves, but he took that. So the only item I could take is the UL or Archangel on Yana. Yana actually does a lot of damage now. Before she was more of this like utility champion with the stun, but now she actually does a lot of damage. Like her tornado can one-shot people if you have a spell slinger comp, so don't be afraid to put like some damage item on Yana if you don't have anything else to play. She's actually a really big damage dealer. Like, it sounds weird, Yana doing damage, but her ulti can one-shot sometimes if you have the right comp. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more TFTs at 8.5 content. Peace out.